Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing day 7 in my December project. I pulled out a couple little things. I'm not sure which of these photos I'm going to do, whether it is the cocoa in the scrapbook room or the Dunkin' Donuts holiday donut. So we'll figure that out, but I've got some stuff, so let's see what I can do. All right, you guys, I decided to go ahead and scrapbook the cocoa photo this time instead of the Dunkin' Donuts because I wanted to use the donut builder stencil and I didn't have time to play with mixed media. So I'm doing this before I go to work. I'm working later today. So I wanted to have time to complete an entire layout. And I knew that if I was going to play with mixed media, probably not going to have the time to do what I wanted to do with it. Now this silver and green paper is gorgeous. And I thought that I was going to end up using it, but my page kind of took a different direction than what I was expecting it to. And that's okay. I keep having this idea of using those close to my heart border stamps that I have and I've pulled into my kit. And every day that I think I'm going to do it, I end up going a different direction. So who knows, maybe I should just start in a different direction and I'll end up using those stamps. Now I also really wanted to use a frame and I didn't know if I was forcing it or if I was truly going to make it work. So the big frame, not a good candidate for the 4x6 or 3x4 pocket that I have to work in. And I really did like that holiday cheer over top of the red paper here. However, that didn't stay there either. I kind of felt like the green, it didn't feel right. I thought I would bring in that wood grain and darken it up a little bit, but we ended up not going that direction at all. So I decided that I wanted to do a flip up with this page, and I decided that I was going to put a photo of our hot cocoa bar on that flip up. Now, my printer, I know I've been saying this for a couple days, but the printer is running out of ink, and you can definitely tell with the photos that came out today. Like they're just not as dark and they're just not as crisp. So I need to get more ink for the printer so I can print out a photo of the cocoa bar, which will be in the flip up. Now I thought about putting a picture of the cocoa bar in this frame, but you know what? I didn't like that idea. So the only thing I'm doing is taking this pocket and I'm putting that, it's an eyelet setting mat actually. I'm putting that setting mat underneath so I don't cut through both sheets of the plastic here. Now, if I would have done this on this page and put the flip up here, we wouldn't have had a problem. I wouldn't have had to do this. Now, my original thought was to use this white cardstock as a template, and I thought I would put different patterns of paper on that template. But I nixed that idea because I wanted to use this paper on the inside of it, and I didn't realize that it wasn't wide enough. So I decided to go ahead and go with the other poinsettia paper that I have in here. The poinsettias aren't an exact match, but it doesn't bother me that the poinsettias don't exactly match. Like they're still poinsettias. It's still Christmas themed. It's still red and green. Like it all just goes together. So I'm not really worried about it. Now, this is where I'm trying to figure out how much decoration I want to put on the front of this thing and how much, just needs to be here, because some of my pages I feel are pretty, basic, and some are a little bit more involved. And right now I'm leaning more towards the basic. And that's just because, I got to go to work. Because I am working so late, I'm not coming home and going to play with the paper. I got to do it before I go to work. So I guess that's a good thing maybe, because it's kind of relaxing me before I have to head into the masses, because holy Moses, people. So I decide that I'm going to use this silver circle foil vellum, and I'm just going to fill the frame with it. I was just trying to see whether I liked it better over top of the plaid or over top of the poinsettia paper, because that would determine how I was going to flip the paper. So at this point, I wasn't sure if the poinsettia was going to be on the outside or the plaid was going to be on the outside. Ultimately, I decided to go with the plaid on the outside because I thought that the vellum competed a little bit too much for that poinsettia paper. That poinsettia paper is busy. I mean, it is straight up busy. But that's okay. Like, it's Christmas. It's supposed to be big and gaudy and everything else. We actually do have a tree we call the Gaudy Tree, and it has kind of like a disco ball star on the top of it that shoots light everywhere, and it is truly a gaudy tree. And that tree has all of our family Christmas ornaments on it. Mine from when I was a kid, the baby's first Christmas ornaments from the kids, and just every ornament that we've collected over the years goes on that tree. We also have a Disney tree. I don't know why I'm talking about trees when we should be talking about the hot cocoa bar. We'll save that for another day. So anyway, let's talk about the hot cocoa bar real quick. So we decided it would be super fun to have a hot cocoa bar this season. Just for something different. It's the first time we've ever done it. We do keep a couple of cocos on hand at all time. We have some regular old Swiss Miss because we enjoy it. And then we also have this dark chocolate cocoa that we get at our local grocery store. We keep marshmallows and chocolate jimmies and little candies. And then, of course, in the fridge, I keep a batch of homemade whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and caramel sauce. So that, we also do those little puralines, those little hazelnut things. I'm not a fan of them really, but Christopher and Lana love them. So, and they look real cute tucked into a hot cocoa. And the only thing I didn't get that I wanted to have this year was peppermint sticks. And that's just because I haven't seen them. But to be fair, I really haven't gone anywhere but work lately. So there is that. Okay, so at this point, I'm thinking that the number 7 is going to go on the 3x4 card. That changes. But I am just trying to figure out what I want to do to this red card to kind of give it a little bit of extra oomph. I do pull out that tool, and I've already used that once in the album elsewhere, I'm pretty sure, right? Yes, I did. I used it underneath of the gnome, so using it again just feels good. And then I will probably use it some more throughout the album. Otherwise, it might feel a little weird to me just to have it in the first like 7 days of the album twice and never again. So I will do something with that. I'm actually thinking of doing a shaker with it here shortly. So that will be 2 shakers in the album. That's kind of crazy. But you know what? You do what you like. So I do staple the tool on to this black sheet of cardstock. And then I'm going to put some fun foam over top of that cup of Christmas cheer card. And then, of course, my favorite liquid glue ever, the Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive. So I'm just going to layer those all together, and then that'll go on top of the card right here. And at this point, I'm loving it, but I think it needs a little bit of sparkle somewhere. So I decide to use this silvery glitter tape that I have, and I'm just going to put it down towards the bottom of the squares. And then I will adhere the heck out of the back of that square and stick it down to the paper. And then that 3x4 card is going to be finished. I do put my star punch on top of it just to give it a little weight so that it helps it stick down. Now, I wanted to use the star punches again today as well because I've used them once, but I kind of have this vision of a 6x8 page with all kinds of stars all over it. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe I should do the stars and actually do a page about the disco ball star at the top of the tree because I don't think I've ever documented that yet. That'll be something good. Okay, So now I'm going to get this frame adhered to the plaid flip up thing that I have going on here. And then I just decide to nestle that 7 right next to the boot. And I think that that is going to work. Now I spared you a few minutes of me just pulling out papers and trying to figure out what the heck I wanted to do inside of this very busy flip up area. So this is where the Cocoa Bar photo will go once the Cocoa Bar photo is taken and printed. I don't know if that's going to be before Christmas or after Christmas. I'm pretty sure I'm getting a print cartridge in my stocking. I have since I got the Picturemate. So do I want to go buy another print cartridge right now, or do I want to wait? Well, who knows? We'll figure that out. So I am using that same lined vellum that I used yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and put this banner across that says Mary, and then I'm going to try to like make that a little bit more exciting, because I feel like it's kind of boring right now with just the Mary banner. I do decide to bring in a poinsettia chipboard sticker, and no, the poinsettias don't match, but it does match the poinsettia on the front of the flip up page, so I decided to go with that. I was just trying to figure out what lines could nestle in there together, and that line of the fern kind of goes around the R pretty well, so I liked that. And this is where I'm trying to figure out like where the rest of the goodness should go. I'm like, what should happen here? So I take off a little bit of this silver thread, I put it into a ball, and I try to put it underneath of the chipboard sticker, because I thought, you know, it's a banner, it would be cute with some thread. I don't like it at all. Seriously, hate it. So I go ahead, take that off. And then I'm trying to figure out, like, do I need to build a little something up here? Is my photo going to be a 4x6? Or am I going to trim it down so you can see the poinsettia around it? Am I going to need like any kind of label or anything on top of it? And I just decide, you know what? Once you get the photo printed, decide that. You don't have to worry about that right now. So I do add a couple silver stars, and then I journal about the hot cocoa bar, which is all the things I've already told you about it. You know, the 2 different kinds of cocoa, and it's definitely a tasty addition to our holiday, and frankly, we love it. So I put a little note that cocoa bar photo must go here. I'm going to pop it into the page protector, and there it is, you guys, day number 7 finished. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys again real soon for another video. Oh, and P.S. please be sure to join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group, and I would love to see what you're working on. Post whatever you're working on over there. I just love seeing what everybody's doing. So, like I said before, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.